All right, so yeah, so this video, and it might look okay. All my videos will look like shit because, like like I said before, I'm going to invest in a decent camera, so it's going to look a lot better. Because I know all my videos look like shit, but it's life. Fuck it. So this video I entitled "The Reality," man. Like it's so fucked up. Like the reality, like it's funny and it's sad. Okay, it's funny to women because, and I'll tell you why it's funny to women. The reality is funny to women is because, and I've touched on this with various different women, and they and the logic has held itself up. Women in general know the reality. Um, they know that men are holding themselves up to standards that women are just not worthy of. Let's just be real honest about it. They're just not worthy of it. And women are going to shut the fuck up as long as they keep winning. Like that's just the reality of woman's nature. If you say anything that's going to empower that they think is going to empower them or give them more, benefit, they're going to shut the fuck up and take it. Okay, it doesn't matter what the fuck it is or what it's about. And like as long if you can validate being a flat out street whore, they'll love it. See, because women's brains aren't built like that. Women's brains are not built for like their own genuine morals. Women's brains are built for whatever the strongest man in the room's morals are for them. You see how crazy this is, and it's sad because men see as men, where society has led men to, it's led men to believe that women are capable of making their own fucking decisions on a worldwide decision based level, and they know they are not. You see how crazy this is? Like they know they are not. But with the reason why it's funny and sad is because they do a woman will never admit that she's not good enough for something. So she has to figure out some mental gymnastic to turn it on the man to make the man to believe that she's now worth it. You see, now the funny and sad part about this is every woman knows what I just said is true. The difficult part is for the men to accept what I said is true. You see how crazy that is? Now, and even deeper, American men. Because in America, once you marry an American broad or you have a kid, or you have a child with an American woman, you might as well just lube your asshole up and wait for it. Because these laws are against you, bruh. They're against you. You have no say so in it. Once she knows, see, this is why I say never date a woman over 25 or a woman who has a child. Because once they end up in these age brackets, they know these rules and laws work in their favor. And I had a previous video taken down because I spoke about this shit in a general term. Like in America, and pretty, let's just face it, in the countries that are overrun with feminism, if you speak out against a woman, they'll take your YouTube video off the air. But now, in contrast, women can post multiple videos about how to take money from a man post child or post marriage. Their videos stay online all year long. Won't be taken off, and they'll even be monetized. They'll have Golden Corral shrimplets in the video. They have Red Lobster. You want some free shrimp, motherfucker? $14.99. And that shit'll be on. It'll be online year round. But if a man speaks out about it, oh, his shit's taken off in 15 minutes. You see how crazy that is? You see how fucked up that shit is? And I mean, well, it's fucked up on a moral standpoint, like I said, from a grown man standpoint, but from beat up male standpoint, beat up feminism male standpoint of oh, if I as long as I have a woman in my life, I'm happy. Oh yeah, those guys don't want to believe it because they want to believe that as long as they have a woman in their life, that they're validated and everything's happy, then it's all good. The older men know exactly what I'm saying. The younger men, I'm trying to dumb this down to a level where you can understand. The younger, dumber men, because these videos are, I mean, with all due respect, these videos are for you. Okay, because I've been there. I was the younger, dumber man. I know where your brain is. So let me dumb this down a little bit further, just to make sure, for the few people who do watch my videos, and I do pay attention to your comments, and I found out how to read them. And I think Billy, I do agree with what you stated on the last video that I said. But you live a little ways out from Vegas. I agree with you 1,000%. And this okay, and for what I'm going to say is not, particularly directed towards you. This, for what I'm going to say, is directed towards just the wide array of audience. The few who do watch my videos, and thank you if you do watch my videos, and if anything I say you may learn something from. That's my whole point. And just to briefly touch on this topic, because I do see a lot of other guys who post on YouTube who, the MGTOW, the red pill, or anything else, they do it for money. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't do Patreon or fuck that shit. Okay, this is not about making money. My topics are about helping younger men who did not know these things. Okay, because from where I come from, okay, and I'm not talking down on the other guys, even though they do have great topics. I'll give it to them on that standpoint. Some guys, they've come up in my feed recently. They have great topics, and they can go on for 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours with great topics. But personally, the fault that I have with them is that they're looking for money at the end of the video. Okay, fuck that bullshit. Okay, let me tell you something. From me as a man, from my moral perspective, when I talk to you like this, when I talk to you on some real shit, okay, some real shit, my point is to not uh hope that you give me money at the end of this video. All right, that's for real shit. That's me. Okay, that's where I lose respect for a lot of those other guys. Now, they do have great videos. I'm not saying they don't have great videos. They have much greater production levels and all that, and blah blah blah. But at the end, they're always asking for like Patreon shit and payments from the guy. Fuck that shit. All right. And this is probably be taken out because I cussed too much already. But it's probably be taken out in 2 days. But you got to hear me out on this. If you do catch this video before it gets taken down, my videos are not made. I'm not looking for handouts from you. Okay. My goal is to either one, teach you something that you didn't already know, or two, let you know that there's another man out there who thinks at least somewhere along the lines that you think. Okay. But because that's the most important part of human life. Okay. Human life, if you really deduce human life and the importance of human life, what do we all do? We spread information. You see, charging for that is dependent on the individual. Personally, I think in this regard, in being an American male, I think it should be free. I think men should spread this knowledge for free because women get this knowledge for free because it's their nature to spread it. You see, but men, we're always 100 years behind the times, and women just enjoy the benefits off of it. Could you imagine where society would be if men were on literally like the same level as women? Women would be fucking extinct because we would have killed them all off. Let's just be honest about it. Let's just be real about it. Like, what fucking use? Like, if we were on the same level with them as them and realizing like what they actually like provide to other men, we'd have no use for them. We like men as a whole. If we educated each other as other women educate other women, there would be no use. Like we wouldn't have any use for them. I ran across like a Reddit post. Like I hate Reddit, but I did go on Reddit, man, and I read a Reddit post. A woman like legit tried to get a fucking neighbor hooked on child support. A male neighbor hooked on child support. Like I said, like this shit is so deep, man. That's a whole nother video. I'm gonna leave that alone. Um, That's a check girlfriend I got right now. She texts me right now. So you're coming back to check. Yeah, I'll be back soon. Because y'all sexy as fuck. But let's keep going. As a man, and I got done speaking with a very close person to me earlier, and I shared this with him, and he's a fair bit older than me. And I said, um, if a man is not capable, if a man does not know how to be at minimum just as happy sitting at home reading a book alone in peace and quiet as he is with another woman in his place, if he doesn't at least get equal to that ground, he does not belong dating a woman. Flat out. That's the reality of it. A woman is not your pride. Okay, women need men. Men want women. You have to remember this shit. I don't care how pretty she is, how cool she is with another man's child. These are the realities of the game. Um, because notice when a woman, notice all the older women. All the older women are what? They're more nicer. They're more kind. They're more pleasant. Why do you think they came into that? Because see, a woman's nature is to always know the game. She knows that she's not 20 anymore, so now she has to make up for not being 21 anymore. So now she has to be kind and pleasant. Oh, hi, how are you doing? Maybe you like to come me. Now that same woman at 21 wouldn't have gave you half of that shit because she knew she was 21. You see how deep this shit goes? Like I'm at almost 12 minutes now. I didn't even mean to make it this long. This is my second video today. But yeah, just to go in Jesus Christ. Just to go into this shit, yeah. So the long story short, any conclusion is, men, if you watching this shit, all right, any man who watches this shit, remember step one, never okay, never be afraid to tell a woman no. I don't care how pretty she is. In the long run, you'll probably be better off telling her no, even if she ignores you for the next 2 weeks. In the long run, but she's going to okay. Because one thing I had to learn personally is that um, just because a person does not like you does not mean that they don't respect you. That's a big thing. That's one big thing I had to learn. All right. Now, if you talking to a pretty girl, and you reject her, she may not like you because of that initial rejection, but she has more respect for you. See, these are the parts that men are not naturally taught. We have to learn this and be lucky to learn it, or listen to someone else who learned it and learn it from them. You see, that's like women and shit. Like I said in previous videos, dealing with a grown woman is the same as dealing with a dog and a child. Okay, and what they all share in common is the same core things. They don't know what they want. Okay, it's up to you as a man to pick apart what they want. You see, just like a child's not going to like you because you told the child to sit down. But the child will respect you in the long run for telling them to sit down with a stern face and making sure they sit down. It's the same thing with a dog, and it's the same thing with a grown ass woman. She's not gonna like you if you tell her, "Nah, I'm cool. I think I'd rather just go home and by myself and chill." She may not like you for that, but she's going to have more respect for you than that. There's a huge difference between like and respect. Okay, there's a huge difference between like, love, and respect. Okay. Now in the end game, every woman's going to love a man who can at least provide for her in some sense. Now, it may not be a Rolls Royce and 30 bedroom apartment. It may be a Honda Civic and a 2 bedroom house in the middle of fucking Chillicothe type shit. If you even know what Chillicothe is, and anybody who's watching this. But in the end, like I said, a woman's nature is to find a man who's going to protect her, for a long period of time. That is a woman's end goal. Now, when she's 21, 22, she's bouncing around, bouncing on, different guys' dicks, blah, blah, blah. But in the end game, that's where they're all going to end out. That's what they're all hoping for in the end, you see. Um, Now, what you have to do as a man is always be aware. And this is where a lot of men never fucking understand this shit from the previous generation is understand, okay, and really think to yourself, okay, I may be 35, 40, and I'm talking to this 35, 40-year-old woman. Now, this is the kicker. And this is what you always want to ask yourself. This woman who's acting so great to me and she's sucking my dick whenever I want to and blah, blah, blah. When she was 21, would she have paid me the same amount of attention? And really think about that as a man. That's the core. You see, women don't have to think, because as long as they have holes, they don't have to think. Because some desperate fool wants to put his dick in her hole. You see, they don't have to think. But as men, see, you have to think. You must think the reality of it. When she was 19, 18, 19, 21, 22, would she have paid me the same amount of attention? And be honest with yourself. I told a buddy of mine the same shit. He got with a 40-year-old bitch. And I told him, look, be honest with yourself. If she was 22, would she have paid you this? Would she have gave you the same amount of attention when she was in her prime? And you got your answer as to what type of woman this is. And be honest with yourself. For real. Every man out there, I'm going to end this video on that. Be honest with yourself. With the woman you got, when she was in her prime, would she have gave you half the amount of attention?